done on time. And all right, what's going on, Aaron? How are you? I'm good. I'm good. Busy hockey weekend. Not that not that that's any different from every other weekend, but it was a lot of time down at the rink this weekend, which was fun. Back at it. We had some time off, which was really nice. Um, but it was fun to be back down there. You could tell we were a smidge rusty from not having because we didn't have practice and all that through the holidays and all that. Gave a break to make sure everybody was clean and clear of COVID or whatever the case was. But it was just fun. It's always fun to see the kids. You get it's like a little family. You're with each other so much. But yeah, how about you? The backdrop's a little bit different. Good, good. That's a good thing to hear that you're doing better because you just never know, right? Like it's weird like that. There's no rhyme to reason to who's gets really sick or not sick or doesn't show anything. So that's I'm glad you're doing well. So all right, well let's dig into this. We're on. Let me get the right page. There we go. All right, you want to read the first intro page? Or you want me to? Go ahead. So, part six, destructive abundance. Then we're into the chapter 19, leadership lesson three, integrity matters. Well, I think there's a there's a tie into the instant gratification that we've come to as a society come to really uh, strive for or feed on, right? Like because like you said, it's the wanting to appease everybody, and so you get in there, you want to be um, like you said, the young leaders tend to get into a situation where um, they want to look the best in front of whoever it is that they're talking to. And it doesn't matter what they say. They're going to feed whatever that group wants to hear because then everybody likes them, right? And it's 100%. I mean, um, this is all at the end of the day. And I'll go on to a soapbox as we go through here, but um, in my experience from sales and my past lives of um, selling products and working for for different manufacturers and producers and companies and quarries and whatever. Um, that's the only thing you have, right? Like this is like it's the one lesson that I will always forever be grateful that I've kind of caught on, to or see early is integrity is the only thing we have at the end of the day, right? If you peel everything back, your integrity is how you will be remembered 40 years from now or 30 years from now or whatever it is. Like it's not, he gave me an answer that I really didn't want to hear, but it was the truth, right? They're not going to remember that. They're going to remember that you told them the truth and that you had integrity. That, instead of lying about, your warranty or whatever whatever, you stood there and said, you know what? Yeah, my company's warranty doesn't cover that. Or how can we fix it? Or what? You take it back to the company and go, this isn't right, right? We need to fix this. Like somewhere along the lines, to have integrity, you're not, I don't want to say you're going to be the bad guy, but you're not always going to bring cherry news, right? Like that's integrity, is being able to be honest. And sometimes honesty hurts. And we don't like to hurt people, right? Like I think to the root of it, that's always my thing. I mean, I've left jobs because of that. I mean, specifically because of that, because my integrity, um, I was being asked to kind of throw it under the bus. And you might be able to do it, but you'll never be able to. If you ever wanted to go and move on in your career and then go back and face those same people with a different name on your shirt or whatever, they'll never trust you or buy from you because you burned your integrity for a little extra in your bonus check to sell them that product or whatever it was. Anyways, I'm on my soapbox. I'm going to come back now. We'll regroup, but that's a big thing in my mind. Well, and let's be honest too. Like we're human, right? And it's human to make mistakes, and it's gonna happen. Whether you're a young leader or a veteran leader, you're gonna make mistakes. You're gonna fumble, right? And part of integrity at that point is owning up to that before you can make that mistake. It's coming back and saying, what, I made a mistake out loud, right? Like, all right, yeah, I'm not going to blame anybody else when this goes or what. Nope, you know what? That was my fault. Whatever. I did this or I didn't do that. Whatever it is, right? But you own up to it, and you say, you know what? I got to make this right. Now, it's not something you don't come back, 10 years from now and go, I should have done that and that would have been better, because that's too late, right? But you're going to make mistakes, is my point. Coming back and fixing them or admitting to them and changing and adjusting regains that integrity or proves that integrity. You know what? Yes, I'm human. I made a mistake. Here's what I'm going to do to fix it, and you move forward. I think is a big part of it, right? Because you can make the mistake and you're not ruined for life, right? I guess that's what I want to get out there, is that I don't want people. You should never get paralyzed in making a decision, because at some point you're going to make a wrong decision, guaranteed. Um, and you haven't burnt the bridge completely. It's by not going back and fixing it that it'll forever stay tore down. But I guess does that make sense? Am I rambling? Yeah, yes, yeah, yep. The truth hurts sometimes, right? Like that's yeah, yep. Consistent message. What's your thought on that? Yep. Well, and there's um I'll say an oath, right? There's no true oath when you take a business and start to hire employees. There's no oath you technically take, but you do, right? There's an oath to take care of them as family, right? They're under your care. Um, and you would never get your electric bill and sell your children, right? I mean, just it is yeah, it is a really weird thing to say. I get it, but um, that's the thought process, right? There, at least that's the thought process we should have. Your employees are your family, right? You're taking care of your family, your employees, but it's bigger than that because with your care to them, they're able to take care of their families and so on and so forth. So it's more than just 20 people that work at your shop. If you lose your integrity, right, or you do something to sacrifice your people, it's not it's not a job, right? You're not sacrificing that person's job, although get another one. You're sacrificing their livelihood or, stability. There's just so much more to it that you really got to put your mind to. I mean, it, it's a great responsibility, right? And that's why some people are successful and some people, businesses aren't. It's the ability to handle that or process that or understand it. Yeah. Anyways, sorry. Look out for the best of the group. Yes. Yes. Well, and you nailed it, right? Like it's easy to say, the sales director, the owner, this lead manager, but if we take it down to a small family-owned landscape company, right? Your crew leaders, your foremen, the guys out there every day. I mean, it's their demeanor, their actions, their decisions that influence the true heart of the company, right? Everybody's going to follow, that lead, right? I mean, it's like watching sports teams, and I hate to do that, but when you see, some of the certain teams where they've got a dynamic where you can just tell there's a bond, and when they pump each other up and they get going, they work together cohesively, or you get somebody that starts the infighting or talking or chatting that's negative, and you start to see it eat away from the rest of the team. I mean, the same thing happens here and can easily happen at those other levels, right? So you've got a lead man out there that's like, well, we just don't get paid enough, right? Or whatever it is, right? And that I don't want to go just to money here, but that maybe that's the start of the chat. That starts to eat away, right? But that potential was put in his mind or put in his head or her head from somebody above them and then somebody above them. So I mean, it can funnel its way down and manifest in ways that you wouldn't necessarily think. And that's um, having these kinds of conversations with um, integrity and taking care of the people that you're leading or around and coaching or mentoring needs to go down through the entire organization, right down to the you know to the head custodian or whatever. You know what I mean? So correct. Correct. Um, Anything else you want to add to that? It's kind of like integrity is just one of those things that I don't know. Like there's always a lot that goes through my mind, but it always comes out the same way, right? I don't have 45 bullet points I can say about integrity. It's it's two. You know what I mean? But it's such a massive. It's the foundation. I don't know. Yeah. 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 Yep. So next week, we on next week or we? Now I got to think about this. Yeah. Yeah. We'll. I'm just trying to think. We'll keep just keep watching. We'll continue to post. We'll get out on social when we go back up again when it's coming up. So we'll give you a little heads up and yeah, we'll come back with chapter 20, lesson 4. Friends matter. So yeah, Aaron, thank you. Continue to get healthy, and we'll be back in a few weeks. Awesome. Thanks.